Hey guys, it's Liz and Kayla here.
Hi.
And we are here today to share with you our latest project for Discount Paper Crafts. And as you can see, we decided to alter a box. It was Kayla's idea. She's been wanting to alter a box for quite a while, and so we headed on over to Michael's and picked out this nice size box, and that is what we decided to do, right? But we wanted to make our box a little different, as you can see, and so we turned it into a suitcase. Pretty cool, right? What was our theme for our project, Kayla?
A man who is traveling the world, and he has a picture of his wife right here, and he collects little things like seashells in his travels. And you can see he's got a map, a clock, and a compass.
So basically, we decided to create, well, first of all, let me tell you about the papers we received. The paper collection is Nirvana by Marion Smith. And oh my gosh, so beautiful. I loved the collection the minute I saw it. It was so pretty. And of course, it's very vintage, just our style. And of course, as you know, I'm going through the papers and there's hot air balloons, lots of beautiful vintage images, and it just reminded me of travel, you know, and that's why we decided to go with this theme. So like Kayla was saying, basically it's, you know, a guy in a suitcase and he's traveling the seas, visiting different parts of the world, and in his travels, of course, he misses his wife, and he collects little things along the way that he places on top of the suitcase. And so basically, let me this is a really big box, you guys. It's going to be hard to show, but let me just start moving it around so you guys can see all sides. Do you want to help me, honey, while I hold the camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Just move it from all the sides, but stay back a little bit because you're not in the frame, sweetheart. You got to stay in that area. Sorry, you guys. I'm holding the camera and Kayla's moving it. Okay, you just move it. I'll tell you whether. Yeah, there you go. Keep going. I'm just trying to give you guys an overall feel
a nice glimpse
for the box real quick before I go over all the details.
As you can see, there's some hidden stuff in the back.
So we had a lot of fun making this box. It was so much fun. And
very messy.
Very messy. And I love the suitcase idea. You guys, the papers are just so gorgeous. And let's see. So basically what we did is, Kayla, what was the first thing we did to the box?
The first thing we did was I went and painted all the edges black. That way we see black edges instead of just paper everywhere.
Yes, definitely. What she means is basically, as you can see all along the edges of the box, you are seeing black acrylic paint. I didn't want the paper to cover all of the box. You see what I'm saying? So we wanted, you know, she painted all of the edges, of course. And then I went ahead and cut all the papers down to size. Basically what it is it acts like it frames the papers, you know what I mean? It's a really cool look. I really like it. And so that's what we did throughout. We adhered all the papers onto the box. The bottom has paper on it as well. Do you want to hold it up a little bit so they can see the bottom? Hold it up. Okay, that's cool. See, there's paper at the bottom.
And it's ribbon.
Okay, put that down. Thank you. Like I said, the box is really big, you guys. It's hard to show. But anyways, so yeah, we adhere all the papers with some Mod Podge, and all the papers are inked with black soot. And
we use a lot of black soot.
Yeah, we used a lot of black soot on this project. Really cool. And then, of course, for the suitcase idea, I had this really cool handle. This is a handle just from Home Depot. I picked it up a while ago, and it's really neat. Look at it. It's metal, and it's got like some little, I don't know what you would call it, but it's like texture. And the whole thing was, the whole thing was black, and basically I just took some Rub and Buff and antique gold, and then we just lightly rubbed it all over just to get this really cool look.
And it looks more brown.
It does. And then for the little, we just added some little brads where the screws are supposed to go. It's just the little brads. I cut off the prong ends and then just attached the little brads on there. So it's really cool. And then for the suitcase part, we wanted to have, I wanted to use leather, but I just couldn't find any leather. And plus, once I found it, I was like, I wouldn't know what to do with it. But anyway, so we used ribbon. So these are just, you know, ribbon pieces from my stash. And it goes all the way around the suitcase, on the sides, and down at the bottom.
We made little buttons.
And we made little buttons, exactly.
With Velcro in the back.
Yes, this closes with Velcro. There's some little pieces of Velcro. You want to open it and show real quick? You see, it's just like a little piece of Velcro. And these little buttons are just from Recollections. They were black and again used a gold rub and buff on them. So just these really cool little, like, they're like snaps. You know, they're supposed to be snaps for the suitcase. So really cool. And okay, so let's see here. I want to show you these really cool chipboard pieces. Take a look at that. Isn't that awesome? And these are by Blue Fern Studios. And do you have the package, honey, so we could see what they were called? And this was part of our design team package. See, Blue Fern Studios. Turn around to the back. I think it's called Checkered Bits.
Yep.
There we go, Checker Bits, okay? And these are so fun. Look how cool they are. And you get, I think, like a total of 4 pieces, but of course you can cut them up into smaller pieces to use around the box, and that's what we did. Kayla, what did we do to the chipboard?
First, we painted it black with black acrylic paint.
How many coats of paint did you use?
2 coats.
Okay.
And then we used some gold rub and buff. But first, before that, we used our embossing powder ink and put it right on a really pretty stamp and used clear embossing powder all over it.
Yes, it created a really cool texture. So basically it's just 2 coats of black paint, and then we used Versamark ink and a nice little florist stamp from our stash. We stamped onto the chipboard and then added some clear embossing powder to that, and look at the cool texture it creates. Really neat.
And then gold rub and buff.
Yes, and then we used the gold rub and buff on top, just to, you know, random areas. We didn't want to cover the whole thing.
Lots of rub and buff.
But see, look at all the cute little chipboard pieces. So neat.
There's some at the top.
So these are by Blue Fern Studios, and they were part of our design team package. And just, yeah, take a look. We have those little, we just cut them up into little pieces and have them all over the box.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So they're all over the box.
Everything.
It adds a great texture, and it's just another, you know, element. It's really, really pretty. I like the way that that looks on there. It's almost like the effect of like, you know, like if you would take a mask and do some, you know, use some modeling paste. So, but instead we use the chipboard pieces. Really, really cool. Okay, let's see, what else? I think I've covered all the sides. I guess now we can move on to the top and we can show you what we did over here.
I love the top.
I do too. I think it came out really neat. So basically, like we were saying, you know, it's just a man traveling, you know, obviously by ship because this is the Victorian era. And so, you know, he lays his suitcase down every night and kind of lays all his little collectibles and his picture of his beautiful wife just on top so he can admire all his goodies. And what we did is, you know, after we adhered all the papers and added the ribbon, the little chipboard pieces,
some cheesecloth.
we have some cheesecloth
that we dyed.
We dyed just very, very lightly with some vintage photo to age it a bit. Let me bring this closer so you guys can see.
And then we have our mats too.
That's right, because he traveled, you know, the seas, and he looks at his maps and sees where we're gonna, you know, they're gonna land and what kind of things he can look for. And so basically, these are actually not from the paper collection Nirvana, but these are just from our stash. It's like it's just like a map page, but it's an old map. So basically, I cut it in half. It was a 12 by 12 sheet. I cut it in half, and I distressed. We distressed the edges, right? What did we use to distress the edges?
We used Lexus.
We used our distress tool to distress the edges, right? And then we used vintage photo, remember, to make them look really old and vintage.
And then we rolled it up nice and tight.
That's right. And then we rolled up both maps, and there's hot glue at the end to seal it. And then so we have one rolled up map over here.
And one right here.
And then the other one's on top.
And you can see Paris.
That's right. Really cool. And then what we did is, you want to talk about that beautiful watch?
We got this really cool watch. We saw it a few months ago in our last design team package, but we didn't think it would fit. But this time we finally got it. And it fits, of course. We used some gold embossing powder on it. And then, since our ink didn't work, we used some nice, pretty black gesso on it to make it look nice and grungy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our clock right here to make it look like an actual clock. And we use some crackle on it.
Mm-hmm. Very good. This beautiful watch, you guys, is also by Blue Fern Studios. Let me see it, baby girl, the package. And it comes with, you get the pretty chipboard watch, and it comes with like a piece of chain. And
we cut the chain.
We cut part of the chain. We didn't use it all.
Because
we just,
too long.
Yeah, it was way too long for our project, but this is what it's called.
Fancy fob watch.
I know, a fancy fob watch, and it is so beautiful, you guys. And basically all we did is we wanted a metal look, so we just used gold embossing powder like Kayla said, and then after that we grunged it up with some black gesso just to make it look a little bit older. For the clock part, this was actually fussy cut from one of the Nirvana papers. I adhered it to the back of the clock, and then I used rock candy crackle all over it to give it that crackle look. Let me see.
So pretty.
Yeah, look how cool that looks. It's awesome. And then that part of the chain, I just cut it off, and then I adhered it to the back of the chipboard clock. So it just kind of looks like the little chain is just hanging there. So it's really cool. And then I've got some beautiful flowers, and these are flowers by Prima. These were also part of our design team package.
We still have some left.
We have a few left, and
12 pack.
These flowers are Lemia. There we go. And all these items you can find in Cathie's shop. So she's got all kinds of chipboard by Blue Fern Studios, lots of beautiful goodies by Prima, and of course the latest Marion Smith Designs paper collections. So beautiful. And let's see, moving on. So over here we've just got like a big bauble from our stash. And then love baubles, and then oh my gosh,
hidden flowers.
And then yeah, there's a hidden flower back there. But let me share this with you real quick. I hope you guys are able to see that, but that is a bark heart. It's made out of bark, and these are also by Prima. Do you want to show them the package? Look how cool these are. And they're, hold on,
we got
the glare, there we go. Okay, so it's called Natural Bark Shapes, and you get so many of these. Look how cool these look. And there's lots of different colors, and they're textured. I mean, they're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And Cathie's got a lot of these different shapes in her shop, so definitely take a look. But I just love those. And what I liked about this, the idea, since this gentleman is traveling abroad and going different places collecting little things, basically what we said is that he's found like a piece of wood, and he misses his wife so much that he kind of whittled the piece down to make it look like a little heart so he can remember her. So he's got a little heart there. That's what he's been doing on his spare time when he's in the boat, missing his wife. We've got a couple more over here.
Kind of
hidden, but he's just whittling away at this little piece of wood, creating these beautiful hearts.
That's the picture of his wife.
That's his wife, and this was cut out from one of the papers, and I adhered it to the back of the frame. This is just a Michaels frame, and it was white originally. I gave 2 coats of black paint, and then I used gold rub and buff. Look how beautiful that looks, right? It looks so pretty. And I just love the vintage image. So that was, what, honey?
And then we fussy cut a little butterfly.
Yes, and we have a fussy cut butterfly from the Nirvana collection, and that's just right over here.
Very pretty.
And then what do we have here?
A little compass I thought would look nice.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do anything to it. We just added a little hand onto it. That way it could point in directions, and it still moves.
Mm-hmm. So that's just, the compass, Tim Holtz with the little game spinner, and it got a little brad in the center. Because, he's traveling, so he needs to know where he's going, directions and stuff. And then over here are some more flowers by Prima. Honey, move your hand because the camera's not focusing. Every time that you move, it won't focus. Okay. So we've got a flower by Prima. And then over here, this vial here was given to me by Rosanna. Thank you so much, Rosanna. And we thought it would be perfect to store little shells that this man would have found on his voyage. So he's got a lot of little shells in there. And I grunged up the vial with some black gesso.
And the top.
And the top as well. And then the little label was fussy cut from the Nirvana collection, and I just stamped the number 9 on it. Because it's got like a number, so it's number 9. So we've got that there. And let's see. And then we've got a flower back over here.
We have 2 of them.
This big white flower is just for my stash, you guys.
so pretty.
It's very pretty, and it just looks really cool right there.
It's kind of glossy.
Here are some more. Let me see. Let me put
checkered
this down. Let me hold this up a little bit. Okay. Here we have some more checkered bits, and I think you're able to see the texture a little bit better. Look how cool that looks with the clear embossing powder.
It shines in the light.
And then there's a little bit of rub and buff on top of that, so it looks really neat. And now let me see. Let me show you this way. In the back over here, I just got like this key. And that's like a Michael's key, and it was like a coppery color. I used some more gold rub and buff just to give it a more gold look and just kind of make it look a little bit cooler. So I've got that on there. I've got another flower from our stash right over there.
The key is like for locking, unlocking.
Right, that's how he locks his room or whatever. And, oh, we forgot about the feather.
A beautiful peacock feather.
Yes.
He found a nice peacock
He found a nice peacock feather, and so he's got that back over there tucked behind
the
picture frame.
And his mat.
So lots of cool stuff. And there's little flowers hidden away, you know, underneath.
Very pretty.
It looks really pretty. Okay, let's move on to the inside.
Da da da.
Cuckoo. Alright, here's the inside. So as you can see, the inside, Kayla painted it black. We covered the bottom with another sheet of the beautiful Nirvana collection, and I just love...
It looks like a newspaper.
It does. It looks like newspaper. It looks really cool. I just love all the vintage images. So pretty.
It's his newspaper next door to his suitcase.
Sure. So crazy. Alright, and then let me see. For the lid... The lid is, again, a beautiful page from the Nirvana collection.
I really
so pretty.
like the hot air balloon.
I know, we just loved that hot air balloon, and we knew we wanted to definitely not cover it up. And look how cool it looks. And of course, it says Journey. And what did we add to it, honey?
Little beads.
Yeah, there's like these little half, you know, flat back little beads or pearls in gold. Let me see if I could, oops, sorry. Let me see if I could bring it closer so you guys could see. Ah, so hard to show this thing.
Because it's
so big. Alright, let me see, scoop.
Wiki.
There we go. Hopefully you guys could see that. So we just have like little beads among the flourish.
It's so pretty.
They're pretty. It just adds like a really cool little touch. Okay.
Texture.
And then over here, let me see. Do me a favor. Put your hand right here so we can hold the lid up. There we go. Thank you so much. You are such a good helper. Alright guys, and so over here we have just a piece of doily. We decided to create like a pocket, right? So we just basically adhered the doily down here at the bottom, or you know, the edges, to leave this area open for little tags. And where did we get these from?
We got them from our paper.
Yeah, one of the pages had them, right?
Very pretty.
What did you do to them?
I distressed them with our distress tool, and then we inked them up nice and good, so they look pretty old. And they're like little postcards and notepads.
Yeah, so it's just like little notes. See, like this one's got a little, I guess this is a hot air balloon, yeah. So that's the back. It's from the paper collection. This postcard's actually from a different paper, but I just took it out. I really liked it. I think it went well. And then here's another little, it's like a journaling card. So we just have these tucked over here.
Very pretty.
Like when he wants to send a postcard or, you know, write a little note to his love. So he keeps them there for her. And then over here we just have like this little cluster that we have on top of the doily.
Our bark heart.
And we started off with the little checkered bits. These are some more little checkered bits that we have over there. And we have this beautiful flower from our stash, and it was white, but we painted it. Move your hand real quick, baby. Let me see. Let me bring this closer. Okay. Oh my gosh, so difficult. Okay. The big white flower was painted using Clam Bake Beige by Lindy Stamp Gang, and that's just in the center. And over here, I fussy cut this little clock and tucked it back there.
The same clock from the other clock that we have. And then we have some movie film back here.
Film strip.
And another bark heart. And a cute little light bulb that says
So that's a little Prima light bulb.
And a little cameo.
And here's a little cameo button. Another bark heart. And some more flowers from Prima.
So pretty.
Yeah. So let me see. I hope you guys are able to see that. So sorry about this. It's just really big. Alright, put it back real quick. Okay. Yeah, so that's the inside of it. Basically, it's just a pocket where he can, store his little postcards or other little ephemera pieces that he finds and stuff. So we just have this cute little cluster. It's really pretty. This is my favorite page. I love it. That hot air balloon is so awesome. Beautiful, beautiful papers. And so that is the inside of our box. I think we have covered everything.
Yes, ma'am.
It's our little suitcase here. Let me see. Alright, very cool. Did you have fun making this?
Yes. It was very messy too.
Yeah, it was so much fun, you guys. And I am so happy with the way that it turned out. I think it looks really, really cool. I love it.
I agree.
And I think my favorite part, is these little checkered bits. Just all throughout the box. It adds like a really cool touch. I really like it.
My favorite part is the papers because they're so pretty.
They really are, aren't they? They're gorgeous. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I apologize for this crazy video. It was just a really crazy box. It's so big, it's hard to show. But I really hope you guys like our project. Thank you so much for watching. And definitely go check out Cathie's shop. She's got all the latest goodies, you guys. If you guys have not seen the Marion Smith paper collection, there's a Mad Tea Party and Nirvana. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. I love both collections. I think there's a couple more, but just so gorgeous. And Cathie always carries the latest Prima, and she's got a ton of blue fern chipboard pieces, so definitely go check it out. And for the remainder of the month of November, she's having like a little giveaway. Anytime that you place an order, go ahead and place an order between now and the end of November, and all you have to do is mention one of the designers. It could be me, it could be Miranda, it could be anybody. Just mention one of the designers and she will enter you into a drawing. So that's really cool, you guys. So definitely go ahead and place an order and just mention any of the designers, and you will be entered to win a fabulous prize. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really, really appreciate all your comments and just you watching, period. So thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. See you real soon.